Hey, 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 it's your girl, your favorite paralegal, aka Cassandra Lynn, and welcome to Legal Doc Talk 24/7. I know it's been a while since I went live and decided to go live today. And as you can see from the title, we're talking about the 2024 presidential election. And I know a lot of people probably won't come on because it don't say Krishan. I bet you if it said Krishan update, it'd probably be about 500 people in here already. And that's what's wrong in this world. What's up, Aretha? Welcome, welcome, welcome to the people in the bushes. Hey, I'm about to say, as you come in, hit the like button, but I don't care if you hit the like button, the dislike button. I'll probably lose some subscribers, and that's okay. Because one thing, first and foremost, this YouTube thing, and I keep saying it's something that is a hobby. It's not something that I'm trying to make lucrative. If it comes, then it comes. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I don't care because at the end of the day, I got stuff to do on the outside. I'm a paralegal. I can't say I'm a politician some way, somewhat. I'm a teacher. I'm a mother. I got things to do. So YouTube ain't something that I'm looking to just stay on. Hey, Miss Stacy. Hey, 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 Queen. Hey, yes, yes, Team Kamala. And that's what I wanted to talk about today. Let me go to my next screen because how can I say this? Before I was a paralegal, if y'all don't know, I'm a poli sci major. I majored in political science. So politics is something that I am passionate about. Over the years, and this has been since what, the 2016 campaigns, where Kamala was introduced to us. I've always seen people be like, well, I'm not voting for Kamala because what she did to California and blase, 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 blase. But yet, what are you basing that off? Do you even know what her agenda was in California and what duties and acts she did for the state of California, which has nothing to do with the whole United States? Um, but we're going to lead into that. But the biggest thing today, we seen that President Joe Biden has dropped out of the 2024 presidential election race. That does not mean that he quit being president. I'm so tired of people just posting anything without understanding the government. I didn't see talk about Joe quit. Joe quit what? He didn't quit. He's focusing on his presidency and fulfilling whatever duties that he needs to do at this time. That does not mean that he's going to just step down. And if he does, then Kamala will oversee the presidency because that's the role of a vice president. But anywho's, he has been under pressure since the presidential debate. People have criticized him. Now, don't get me wrong. The debate was the debate. All right. It really wasn't a debate. If we're gonna be honest with it, it really wasn't a debate. Um, Biden really focused on debunking everything that Trump was saying. It was more like a back and forth. They could have did that over the phone. And I agree with that. But I am tired of people, and mainly black people, and I'm going to say this again. I am tired of black people complaining about what the president, I don't even care who the president of the United States is. I'm so tired of black people complaining about what the president is and is not doing. I'm tired of black people talking about what they see Kamala doing. If you have an issue, I don't see not near a black person, and I'm not talking about the ones that are behind the scenes and actually active in the community. Hey, Toriana. Yeah, I don't go live much. I be having other things to do. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that project 2025. Um, oh yeah, I'm sorry. I'm checking. So honestly, I was supposed to be on a Zoom call with Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett and out of Texas, and Miss Congresswoman Beatty out of Ohio. They was having this Black woman conference, and I don't know what was going on with the Zoom call. So hopefully they reschedule that. But anywho's, I'm just I'm just sick and tired of Black people just complaining and and to be the ones that don't vote. The ones that don't vote. You ask them why they don't want to vote, they be like, "Oh, well, because there's no good candidates, or they're not doing anything for us." Or first and foremost, like, you could tell the people that actually paid attention in government. And I wish there was more people in this live, because like I said, if it was Krishan, everybody and their mama would be up in here. Krishan ain't running for president. Krishan can't. No, we have to talk about what is going on right now. People really don't understand what will happen if Trump gets into office. That project 2025, and I'm gonna have a whole thing with Gangsta Granny, and we're gonna schedule this and we're gonna talk about Project 2025. It's not something that's gonna start in 2025. In a nutshell, they are trying to do away with a whole lot of things that will affect every person in America except for the white conservative family, rich family. Let's put it that way. Heterosexual family, man and wife and children with the white picket fence and shit like that. And I'm sorry, because I'm probably gonna go off in a whatchamacallit. Um oh yeah. Hey, you know what? That man, I Jasmine Crockett, she is I'm not from Dallas, Texas, but I live in Dallas. I've been in Dallas since 92. So I represent for Jasmine. If Kamala was to pick her as a VP, that would be so dope. But that's something else. Stacey said, but it's the community that is not putting the money back into the community for the people, and they don't get out there to vote unless they are getting a check for that. And that's what I'm gonna get into. So we're gonna. I had this whole plan out, but yeah, with that project 2025, if Trump gets into office, they are going to implement that plan. Y'all do know that I don't know when election day is, either November, between November 6th and 11th, one of them days. But as soon as that man get into office, their agenda is trying to make, how can I say this? We have a democracy. Okay. If people don't know what a democracy is, this is where we vote and we elect representatives into, the House of Representatives, the Senate, our judges, the president, the VP, all of that. Us people have the power to do that. If Trump gets into office, this man is trying to be either a dictator, a monarchy. I don't know what he's trying to do, but that's what he's trying to get rid of the federal government where he makes all of the decisions. Okay. And that goes back to, and I want to break down the everybody knows the three branches of government. I don't have to sit here and have a history or a government lesson on that. But the duty and responsibility of the executive branch, which includes the president, the vice president, they are to execute the laws and enforce the laws. Okay? The judicial branch is to interpret the laws. The legislative branch is the most important branch that I think people don't understand. And they are the ones that are responsible for making the laws. But what where do these bills come from? Like, how do things become a law? And that starts with us, the people. I'm gonna show you guys something. And this, hold up, let me see. Where is it at? And I bet you a lot of people out there don't even know who their representative is. So the legislative branch is made of the Senate and the House of Representatives. The representatives from each of those states. Okay? They take the issues of those states and they bring it to the government to discuss. So it's not something that comes out of thin air. That's why it is important for us, especially Black people, to get out there and vote. Why are we not voting? Why are we not voting? I really want somebody to come up, and I think I pinned the link up there. I can't remember, but if I didn't, please let me know and I repost it. But why aren't we voting? If you come up here, I want a legitimate reason as to why you are not voting unless you are a felon or you're under the age of 18. I am so tired of Black people talking about I'm not voting because this person is in office or this person didn't do anything for us or nothing's going to be done. Do y'all not know it does not start with the government and work its way down. It starts from the local government and works its way up. So we elect, yes, we elect the president, but we also elect those representatives that actually speak on our behalf. Why, if y'all have not seen Jasmine Crockett in action, like, she is bringing the issues to the government, and that's how they start putting all this. Let me see. And I'm getting into to let's see. January 6th, it will start in the United States. Yeah, we're gonna see. That thing is a 180-day implementation plan. This is crazy. Hey, Curly. Hey. And Kamala and Jasmine as one man that will change history for the better. That's true. And yes, he's been trying to do. Okay, people are not waking up. It's not going to benefit nobody. Absolutely nobody. Yep. Vote. Can I share a rap song in the comments just so they can easily understand? Oh, that's cool. Go ahead, girl. Okay, Kiwi. I forgot who I made mods, but this man, whoever this is, you about to get blocked because I don't even know what that is. Oh, Miss Stacy, what? They have 18 films and I vote over 25 years. Hey, and that's what I'm saying. Just because you how can I say this? In the past, if you have had felonies, there's you can vote. There's some things that you would have to do in order to be vote. So that's no excuse. And I'm so proud of you, Miss. That's what I'm talking about. Vote. Exactly. So going into what I wanted to go into right quick. And like I said, I should have put a Krishan Rock picture up here, and everybody and their mama would have been up here. So, I'm gonna make this a little bit bigger. So these are the issues right now. So in Texas, right? These are the issues that people bring to their representatives. If you do not know who your representatives are, you can actually go to man, I have to find that and I'll probably post it in the community. But you can find out who your representative is. Any issue that you feel is a concern, you can uh present, that's the word, present that to your representative. So everybody has congressional districts. You need to look up and see who your leader, your representative is for that district, and tell them your issues. So these are the issues that Jasmine is bringing to. Oh no, it's okay. It's okay, Curly. I already took care of it. I'm like, who? What? I hope nobody clicked on that link. But these are the issues that Jasmine is bringing to the government. So when she in DC, this is what she's fighting for in the state of Texas. So if you have issues in your state, you can't sit there and blame the president of the United States. You need to start with your representative and you need to bring that issue. If you're going to bring an issue, you also need to bring a solution. So we're talking about the economy, jobs and housing, voting rights. Us as Black people don't realize what we had to go through in being able to vote. As a woman, even women, I didn't even care if you was Asian, Black, white, women had issues voting. So there should not be a Black woman out there that does not go to the polls and vote. You better exercise your right. Exercise your right. That's all you have to do. They are trying to, with that Project 2025, they're trying to do away with us being able to vote. Okay? Criminal justice. If you sick of the criminal justice system, why sit there and talk about it amongst yourselves? Bring it to your congresswoman or man. Criminal justice, education, energy and climate change, equality, health, reproductive justice, immigration, veterans, gun violence, extreme weather and disaster preparedness. These are the things that Jasmine is bringing to Washington D.C. Hey, how you doing, girl? Hey, Lady Couture. Hey, and fabulous. Hey, y'all. So these are the issues. So before we be like, we're not gonna go and vote for Kamala because I'm gonna show y'all her resume. I'm gonna show y'all her resume right quick. But this is what I'm trying to tell everybody. We have to get out there and vote. If you have an issue in your city, in your state, you need to go to your state representative and present that. Y'all think that that's the whole purpose of having a representative, to take these issues to DC. These are how bills are created. These are how bills are going from the creative process to being voted on and actually becoming law. But then again, we have to think about who's in the House of Representatives and who's in the Senate, because they are the ones who are creating the bills and passing it on to the president, in which the president can either veto it or he can execute it. But it starts in the legislative branch, which means that we have to ensure that we're picking the right people in the House of Representatives and in the Senate. That goes right again to voting. Why aren't we voting? Okay? And I can even go down to the local, that pothole that you keep running over every morning when you're going to work, or that stop sign that is covered up by the trees or whatever. What are you doing about it but complaining and cussing people out because they ain't they ain't fixed the pothole yet? Did you vote for the right person in that particular office, or did you even vote at all? I'm very interested in wanting to know, and I don't want to say I want people to come up here, and I mean pretty much y'all agree, but I want that white right person to come up here. Yes, it was hard for women to vote. All right, Miss Stacy said not just black women, all women. Look how they are telling us what to do with their body. Exactly. Exactly. How can a man sit there and tell us what we can do with our body? But once again, how can we change this? By getting out there and vote for the right people in the freaking government. We have to get the right person. Now, as far as the Supreme Court, that's a whole nother different thing. That's a whole nother different thing because they are actually appointed by the president of the United States. And they serve some time. That's why Clarence Thomas been up there for dang near a century. Let's see. Miss Stacy said if he gets in again, he wants to give cops a patron for murder. Yeah, a pardon for pow charges against your brother and your child if they do it in the line. Man, we have to have a session on this Project 2025. This crap is deep. This crap runs deep. What I want to do. Okay, so mainly what I wanted to get on here was for Kamala, but I'm telling you guys, we have to vote. We have to exercise our rights to vote. If you do not know about your camp, first, man, you know what? We up here. I'm gonna show y'all who is on the ticket. Let's see. And then I'm going to let me see here's the ballots. And the options ain't looking well. The options ain't looking well. Oh, oh, who is this lady? I ain't even seen. She was not up here last time I looked. So we have Kamala, who is our current vice president. We have Marianne Williamson's Democrat. Don't y'all start popping up with all these crazy ads. And then y'all boy, Chase Oliver and Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Now I think he's running Libertarian Party, if I'm not mistaken. And I hope y'all do know that we have two other parties, the Independent Party and the Libertarian Party. But sometimes what happens if people end up voting for like an independent or a libertarian, those votes I believe be going to some Republicans. But I can't tell y'all who to vote for. Just exercise y'all right to vote, but be mindful of who you are voting for. This man right here, Robert F. Kennedy, I didn't know until last week that a lady came forth and stated that he essayed her, and he ended up, I don't know, calling her or texting her apologizing for what happened. So, bruh, I'm so tired of these people with these essay cases. Donald Trump. Now, if we're gonna be on Diddy and R. Kelly and all them other people who have been, have a lawsuit filed against them for essaying, I think y'all need to include Mr. Trump in there too. I just did a video on him about him and Epstein. A young lady filed the case back in, what was that, 2016, and mysteriously 4 days prior to him becoming president, 4 days, the lawsuit, she filed a voluntary dismissal because she was threatened. This man has 34 felony counts. Trump is trying to rewrite this constitution. That's his goal there. He's trying to rewrite this constitution. If y'all elect a felon a nonviolent felon to the presidencies, that just throws away the whole Constitution. And if y'all go ahead and do that, y'all might as well give pardons and expunges or whatever to those nonviolent felons all across America if y'all going to elect this man. But this man is nasty. And he has proved. I'm not even talking about the racism portion of it. I'm talking about him as a person. And this is who people want to elect as president. I don't know too much on Mr. Chase Oliver. Oh, let's see. It has a little description up here. So let's see. Marianne Williamson, 2020 presidential candidate. I did not know that. And author announced her candidacy on February 23rd, 2023. She withdrew from the race on February 7th, 2024, and re entered the race on February 28th. Huh. I didn't know that. I don't know too much about her. But y'all could definitely just type this in and y'all could do y'all own research. Chase Oliver, Libertarian. He's a candidate in the 2022 Georgia U.S. Senate race. And let's see, Kennedy. He is a author and a lawyer. He initially announced a campaign for the Democratic Party presidential nomination in April 5th, 2023. But like I said, I don't know. He made a call. There's a call out there allegedly that he made to Donald Trump. I don't trust that. Oh, Miss Stacey said, please spread the word and please vote. We got to get her in there because we cannot let Trump get back in. If we do, we are doomed. So we have to give them back in there. Miss Harris for president. Yeah. But Kennedy, he's working with Donald Trump, so he can't be trusted. Exactly. I will vote for him. He say independent, but he's voting for Donald Trump. I don't trust him, so we ain't I'm not counting on him. No. No. Let's see. We have and there's a Green Party and a Constitution Party. That's who I seen. So Jill Stein is also in the race. Randall Terry, he's part of the Constitution Party. He's an anti-abortion activist, and he was nominated as the Constitution Party candidate back in April. And then we got Cornel West. He's a philosopher and activist. And what are some things that Cornel West? But I don't know about him either. I really don't know about him. I have to do my research on him. He went to Prince. He has his PhD. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do my research on Mr. Cornel West. But these are our president. Oh man, look at that, Joe Biden. God darn it. I wish Beto was running again. But these are your presidential candidates. Okay. Let me see. What am I trying to look at? Texas ballot, November 2024, because the okay, this is exactly what I want to look at. Now this is just for Texas, but I want you guys to understand that the presidential race is not the only important thing that you guys need to focus on. So for Texas, not only are we voting for the president of the United States, but Ted Cruz. If y'all don't know who Ted Cruz is, my fellow Texans, hold on, let me turn my nightlight off on my computer. All right. So Ted Cruz, I'm trying to get him up out of here. But we're also voting on the senator. We have 38 United States representatives, railroad commissioner, Supreme Court, criminal appeals. So there's a lot of other seats that are coming up for re-election: district attorneys, county courts of law, constables, justice of the peace. So this goes to show, and I'm pretty sure that if you look specifically for your state, you're going to find the other offices that are actually up for election in 2024. So if you ever got a ticket and you had to go into court and you had a mean behind judge, don't you think y'all need to get that judge up out of there? Right? Okay. If you went through a divorce, right? And you lost your divorce case because that judge was biased or nasty or whatever. Don't you think you need to get that family, judge up out of there? If you had a nasty sheriff's office officer, don't you need it's so many other offices that are important for you guys to vote. Yeah, hey, Fabulous, it's time for him to go. It's time for him to go. Him and Hot Wheels need to go. I was so pissed that Hot Wheels. I For the state of Texas, people don't understand. Governor Hot Wheels, aka I done forgot his why I done forgot this man name. That's crazy. But he needs to go. I am so sick and tired of him. How he won, I do know because black people ain't voting. That's why. And yes, Ted Cruz needs to go, but I just have a strong feeling that people aren't going to get out there and vote. I just have a strong feeling that's not going to happen. This has been a dry presidential election year. Yes, it is. It is. It really is. Um but we just got to do better. We have to really do our research and do what we think is right. Him and there we go. Governor Greg Abbott. Girl, I didn't call him Governor Hot Wheels for so long. I done forgot the man name. Uh-huh. And the Texas Attorney General, he had a whole lawsuit. Okay, that man, I don't need that's a whole nother different show. I'm so pissed about that. He shot now. If him and vice president get together, him and vice president could get together and would make a wonderful team. Girl would be nobody be able to stop him. Donald Trump would be pissed. Yeah, huh. I sure hope so. Hold up. Yes, it is going to be something else. Good evening, deserving more. Um, but yes, so yes, this presidential election is very important. One, we have to be mindful and we have to be strategic on who we vote for. That's all I can say. I can't tell anybody who to vote for, but what I can say is do your research and be strategic on who you vote for. But more importantly, you need to find out what offices in your community, in your state, or in your city or county is up for reelection. And you need to do your due diligence to see who is running because that is important. Yes, the presidential election is important, but these smaller offices, these local and state offices are just as important because if you put the right people in there, then they can help, implement changes overall in our federal government. But as long as we have the wrong district attorneys, the wrong sheriffs, the wrong justice of the peace judges, the wrong senators, the wrong representatives, that does absolutely nothing. If you are tired of your school district, who are you putting in there? Who are you voting for? Yeah, they do have a state board of education. Right now in Texas, I'm looking at these state board of education. Why? Because Texas, we have what's called the STAR test. And these kids have to go through this crap every single year to take this. And I don't want to call it a stupid test, but to me, it's stupid. All right. I do GED test prep. And not only do I do that, not only do I prepare them for to help them pass their tests, but I am finding myself helping them be prepared so they can help their kids on their homework. And in the state of Texas, that's why I stopped teaching in the ISD, in the independent school districts. Well, the charter school, because of this test. It's like you're teaching to help these kids pass this test. We need to be teaching these kids to help pass them and help them graduate from high school and prepare them for college. This is ridiculous. So I'm looking at these state board of education folks. I really am. This past year that they took the STAR test, they had AIs grading their STAR exams. They're rewriting history books and everything. So I'm paying attention to that. So this is more than just a presidential election for anybody, specifically myself. I have to sit here and I have to look at each of these different offices, and I need to make my determination on who I want to vote on in there. So I can have, so my kids can have better schooling, or other people in the community, the citizens, can have better trials or court hearings or whatever the case may be. Or I can put the right representative in. Jasmine Crockett is doing a beautiful job, but I'm just telling you guys this because I need you guys to go look and check out what offices are up for election, because those are just as important. Okay. Let's see. Stacy said him and the vice president together with his knowledge and education and her knowledge and their knowledge put together, girl. We will have a perfect unity for blacks in the United States. Yeah, but for me, um I love my black people. I do, but I wanted a unity in the whole United States. I don't care what color you are. That's it, there's so much division in this United States. It drives me crazy. It really does. We have to learn how to live with all of us. Let's see. Oh yes. Yeah, it's like it is like taking the SAT. All right, so going back to Miss Kamala. So a lot of people don't realize, they be like, well, why should we vote for Kamala? I haven't seen her do anything, blase blase blase. That's because she is behind the scenes doing stuff. Honestly, can anybody ever tell me, for any of the past VPs that have been serving as VPs, what have they done? And I'll wait. Please put that in the comments, because that's something that I've seen. Well, I don't ever see Kamala. Da 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 da. Da. Okay. I'm confused. Like, okay, what, you want her to come visit your house? Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. So what does the vice president actually does? So according to the Constitution, the VP of the U.S. Is the president of the Senate. A lot of people didn't know that. In addition to serving as presiding officer, the vice president has the sole power to break a tie vote in Senate and formally presides over the receiving and counting of electoral ballots cast in presidential elections. Let's see. So that's what I wanted y'all to know, what the VP does. Now, as far as Miss Kamala, what are her accomplishments? And I'm just gonna kind of read this so you guys can get an overview of why she was elected and who she is, and then I'm gonna go tap into California, what she was doing there. So on January 2021, she was sworn in as VP, the first woman and first Black American and the first South Asian American to be elected to this position. As VP, she has worked to bring people together to advance opportunities. To advance opportunity, deliver for families, and protect fundamental freedoms across the country. She has led the fight for freedom of women to make decisions about their own bodies, the freedom to live safe from gun violence, the freedom to vote, and the freedom to drink clean water and breathe clean air. While making history at home, she is also representing the nation abroad, embarking on more than a dozen foreign trips, traveling to more than 19 countries, and meeting with more than 150 world leaders to strengthen critical global alliances. A lot of people don't realize the importance of this. Okay. Yes, we do need to worry about the United States of America. But in the event something goes down, we need allies. We need allies. Everybody, we heard about North Korea and Russia. If anything was to go down and we don't have no allies, what are we going to do? So we have to sit there and we have to ensure that we build rapport and relationships with these countries, because that's like a friend, right? If we have friends, what do we do when we fall on hard times or we need help? We ask our friends, our close friends that we can lean on. Okay, so this is what she does behind the scenes. So while y'all say, "Oh, we don't see Kamala, she ain't never," this is what she is doing. She doesn't always have to be in the limelight. She's not an entertainer. She's not Krishan Rock. Okay, she's the vice president. She's handling not only American affairs but also foreign affairs behind the scenes to secure things. The vice president has been a trusted partner to President Joe Biden as they work together to deliver monumental achievements that they are life changing for millions of Americans. Together, they have invested in the economy to create a record number of jobs and keep unemployment low. The work has led to more small business creation in a 2-year period than any previous administration. A lot of people gonna be like, what jobs? I'm gonna tell y'all this if y'all didn't know this. Trump, during his time in office, has done everything. No, let me repeat that. Let me rephrase that. He has undone everything that Obama and Biden has done in the previous year. Okay? Now, Obama served 8 years. The first 4 years that Obama was in office, he had to correct everything that George W. Bush did in office. It's not easy to go into office in January and start doing everything that you said you was going to do in your presidential campaign. It is not that easy. George Bush, that's my boy. That's my boy right there. I like George Bush. Now, some of the things that he did in office, I no. But Obama had to spend his 4 years to pretty much clean up what Bush messed up. So Obama's second term, he was able, with Joe Biden, he was able to do what it was that he needed to do. And if you don't know what he did, I suggest you do your research. Now, coming into who is that? 2016 with Donald Trump. He gets in the office for 4 years. He what happened? COVID happened. COVID ran amok. Do y'all know why COVID was the way that it was? It was a global pandemic, especially in the United States of America, is because when Trump got into office, the team that Obama had in place, and I forgot what they call them, is some type of response team. They are the ones that handle all of that. He got rid of them. So when they brought the issue to Trump, they said, "Hey, we got this virus out here that could be, what did he do? He brushed it off. And look what happened. Look what happened. We go back to Obama. I don't know if y'all remember this. Remember Ebola? They nipped that in the bud. They nipped that in the bud quickly. But look at COVID. COVID just ran amok us and shut down the whole world. Now, in my opinion, that was God trying to humble everybody. But what I'm trying to say is we are just now coming up out of that. So Trump didn't do a good job, to be honest. He did not do a good job when it came to the COVID response, because that was a domino effect. Real people lost jobs. People lost income. People lost their houses, their homes, um, everything, businesses. All right. So y'all with me? So here comes Biden into office. What y'all expect him to do? He has to clean up everything that Trump did. And that literally takes years to do that. So we are feeling, so even if Kamala gets into office, she is still cleaning up, but we're coming out of it. If we get another good person in office and we keep that up, then we can be on the bright side. But we can't expect for a president to come into office after we done had a disaster and just switch it like that. It does not happen overnight at all. So when we talk about the number of jobs, the creation, the unemployment that is statistical. Now, as far as people probably don't feel it, I don't know what to tell you. There are jobs out there. It's just some people that don't want to work those jobs. And I don't know what to tell you on that part either. So you can't say that there are no jobs. There's a difference between there being no jobs and you just don't want to do that job because you think you're too good for that job. A job is a job. If you don't want to do that job, then start your own business. I can say that. As far as small business creation, yes, I actually started. Well, yeah, I actually did start. I started my paralegal business in 2022. I already had my school and my courier business. So yeah, and there's a lot of programs out there for you to start your small businesses that they put into place. So if you can't say that you don't see it if you're not going out there looking for it or you're not researching for it. Let's see. They capped the cost of insulin at $35 a month for seniors, cut prescription prices, and improved maternal health by expanding postpartum care through Medicaid. They passed the first meaningful gun safety laws in 3 decades. Forming a bipartisan coalition, they enacted a 1 trillion investment in the country's infrastructure to remove every lead pipe in America and make the most significant investment in public transit, repairing bridges, and high-speed internet in history. Yes, Miss Stacy, you make the change because you are the people. Oh, Miss Stacy said, "Have a good night. I love your channel, and I'll be back tomorrow. When you post tomorrow, I love you, and your content always makes my heart proud of your work." Thank you so much, Miss Stacy. You have a good night as well. Okay. I don't know if I'm gonna be back on tomorrow, but because that's the start of it's Monday. So yeah, public transit. I don't know if y'all have seen this, but I've seen this in Texas. Like there are a lot of people who don't have cars. And so public transit is the only option. Now repairing bridges, boys, if y'all in Dallas, y'all know 635. They've been working on that since I moved here in 1992, child. And high-speed internet in history. I have seen that as well. Curly Cookie says she also has come to North Carolina often to help support the military community in Fayetteville. Yeah. See, people don't see that. That's why it's like she don't have to like record her every move and post it on social media. But what you can do is you can read articles. The whitehouse.gov is a good place to if you want to know information on what the president, the VP has done. Y'all can always go there. As president of the Senate. So remember I said this. So even though she's VP of the United States, she's also the president of the Senate. She set a new record for the most tie-breaking votes cast by a vice president in history, surpassing a record that has stood for nearly 200 years. And her votes have been consequential. This includes casting the decisive vote to secure passage of the landmark Reduction Act. So we're trying to reduce inflation. And actually, I think they are doing a good man. Y'all, now, yes, groceries are high, gas are high, everything. Fabulous, where you I'm about to say where you live at. If you we gotta do lunch one day, girl. If you over here, I avoid 635 at all costs. I'm not even gonna hold you. I hate the highway. I barely have to leave unless I'm doing like a notarization or going downtown to meet my friend. But child, you will not catch me on 635. um okay. Yes, so the landmark Inflation Reduction Act. If you don't know what that is, I suggest that you do your research and you find out about it. Okay? This is the largest investment ever in tackling the climate crisis. She also presided over the unprecedented vote to confirm the first Black woman justice. Oh man, Miss Brown Jackson, they they interrogated this woman, man. This was a brutal. This was brutal. But this is the lady that was appointed to the Supreme Court, and she actually confirmed this. And let's see, and that was historic. Working alongside President Biden to achieve historic representation of women and people of color among nominees at all levels of the federal government. All right, so let's see. I'm gonna read this because I want you guys to understand who Kamala is. All right. Um, this is not the first time. I don't want people to go off of hearsay. I want you to actually do your research on this lady. A lot of people are saying they're not voting for her because she locked up people in California, and that's not the case. I get tired of misinformation that goes around on these streets. All it takes, we have access to the World Wide Web. And all we have to do is go to reputable websites and look at information. What are reputable websites? Anything that ends in .gov or .org. Oh, and I'm gonna repeat that: .gov and .org. Other than that, I'm not taking your word for it because it's either biased or just blogs or opinions. If you want to look up reputable information, you need to find a website that ends in .gov or .org. Anywho's, fighting for people has not been anything new for Miss Harris. In 2017, she was sworn into the U.S. Senate, where she championed legislation to fight hunger, provide rent relief, improve maternal health care, expand access for capital for small businesses, revitalize America's infrastructure, and combat the climate crisis. She questioned two Supreme Court nominees while serving on the Judiciary Committee. She also worked to keep American people safe from foreign threats and crafted bipartisan legislation to assist in securing American elections while serving on the Senate Select Committee on Intelligence. In 2010, she was elected Attorney General of California, where she oversaw the largest state justice department in the country. She took on those who were preying on American people, winning a $20 billion settlement for Californians whose homes had been foreclosed on, and a $1.1 billion settlement for students and veterans who were taken advantage by a for-profit education company. She also defended the Affordable Care Act in court and enforced environmental laws. So, people out there that says she ain't done nothing, I guess this is not big. This is not big. In 2024, she was elected as district attorney in San Francisco, where she was the national leader in the movement for the LGBTQ plus rights, officiating the first same-sex wedding for Proposition 8, which was overturned. She also established the Office Environmental Justice Unit and created a groundbreaking program to provide first-time drug offenders with the opportunity to earn a high school degree, and find employment, which the U.S. Department of Justice designated as the national model of innovation for law enforcement. I'm gonna repeat that. She also established the Office Environmental Justice Unit and created a groundbreaking program to provide first time drug offenders with the opportunity to earn a high school degree and find employment, which the U.S. Department of Justice designated as a national model of innovation for law enforcement. But yet, people be like, oh, she just threw everybody in jail. Y'all don't even know. Y'all going based off of what the media puts out there instead of doing your own research. And years earlier in 1990, she joined the Alameda County District's office where she specialized in prosecuting child essay cases. A lot of people probably didn't even know that. Vice President Harris was born in Oakland, California, as the daughter of immigrants. She grew up surrounded by a diverse community and a loving extended family. She and her sister Maya were inspired by their mother, uh, Shyamala Gopalan, a breast cancer scientist and pioneer in her own right, who came to the United States from India at the age of 19 and then received her doctorate the same year that Kamala was born. That's awesome. Both the vice president's parents were active in the civil rights movement and instilled in her a commitment to build strong coalitions that fight for the rights and freedoms of all people. They brought her to civil rights marches in a stroller and taught her about heroes like Supreme Court Justice Thurgood Marshall and civil rights leader Constance Baker Motley. A lot of people didn't know that. Vice President went on to graduate from Howard University. Whoop, whoop, my sister graduated from there. And the University of California, Hastings College of Law. In 2014, she married Douglas Emhoff, a lawyer. They have a large blended family that includes their children, Ella and Cole. As a trailblazer throughout her entire career, the vice president is committed to fulfilling her mother's advice. My mother would look at me and she'd say, Kamala, you may be the first to do many things, but make sure you are not the last. That's deep. I felt that right there. I felt that right there. I like that. So now I'm going to talk about her specifically in California. And hopefully what I just read to y'all, it kind of give you an overview of what Kamala actually represents. Um, I do not think that she is a bad candidate. Just like with any employer, if I go into an interview knowing that I don't have, well, if I have the experience based off of my resume, I hope that they pick me. All right, this is Kamala's resume. Why not give her a chance? Why not give her a chance? I'm telling you guys, like I said, I can't tell you guys who to vote for, but I want you guys to do your research. And even if it's not about the presidential election, I do want you guys to look at the offices that are up for election. Plain and simple. Um, what was this one that I want? Let me see. There was one that I wanted to talk about. This is what it was. The death penalty. This was one of the things that was on everybody's mind. Let me see if I can blow this up. All right. So Harris was only 4 months into her tenure at San Francisco District Attorney, which was her first elected office, when Isaac Espinoza, a San Francisco police officer, was fatally pow-powed by a man wielding a AK-47 in 2004. Her handling of his pow-pow case would reverberate throughout her career, and this is why everybody is on her. Hey, Cassandra. Yes, 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 yes. I hope she does. Oh my gosh, I'm just interested to see who she's gonna pick. Yes. Yeah, and this is my opinion. I mean, some of y'all may not agree with me, but I am definitely voting for Kamala. Okay, so this is what a lot of people bring up in her political career, is the handling of this particular case. So Harris said just days after Espinosa's death or unaliving that she would seek a prison sentence of life without parole, but not capital punishment for his power. All right. So she didn't want to give him capital punishment. She just said, you're going to be sentenced to life without parole, which I think is fair. The substance of her remarks was consistent with her opposition to the death penalty. So she did not believe in the death penalty. And she made this clear during her campaign, and a reflection of how hard it was to successfully get a San Francisco jury to agree to such a sentence. Politically, it was tone deaf, delivered before Espinoza had even been buried, and while emotions among law enforcement were still raw. The fallout escalated when the then Senator Franstein spoke at Espinoza's funeral, and with Harris watching from the news, earned a standing ovation when she called for the death penalty. It was a stinging rebuke for a novice politician, one that triggered in many observers' eyes an overcorrection to excessive caution from then on. And man, the death penalty, that's another issue. You can't make anybody want to give somebody the death penalty. If they oppose, they oppose. I mean, I think life without parole, that right there, you know, you don't have the option to parole. That means you're going to sit in prison for the rest of your life behind four walls, and your freedom is gone. I think that's worse enough. I don't see anything that was wrong with it. But hey, that's me. Let's see. The Espinosa case resurfaced in her 2020 presidential bid. The police officer's widow appeared on CNN harshly criticizing Harris, and the Trump campaign used it in an op-ed when she joined the ticket with Biden. It would likely be, yeah, and I think they're going to bring this up again because she opposes of the death penalty. And so that's what Trump is going to use. So I'm pretty sure he's be like, yeah, yeah, if this happened, then we're going to get them the death penalty. I can hear this now. Oh my gosh. All right, I'm not going to keep y'all on here too long. All right, so I see people talking about um Project 2025, and y'all know y'all girl had to. I'm going through this, but hold on. I'm going to pull it up. I'm going to pull it up to y'all. Where did I put it at? Project 2025. I have a whole folder. Okay. This PDF is coming up now. Oh, where'd it go? Yes. Let's do this. Mandate for leadership, the conservative promise. Yeah, we're going to do a whole show about this, y'all. Wait, somebody said, I'm going to show y'all the darn. I'm just laughing because y'all, you can't make this crap up. They is really trying to take out they trying to take out the three branches of government, y'all. Don't All right. So the taking the reins of government. So this thing breaks down what the White House going to be responsible for, what the executive office is going to be responsible for, the central personnel offices, and then each department as far as the common defense. Y'all, man, this is crazy. I'm gonna have a whole show on this. Just give me some time because I got a lot of stuff. But I went on Facebook and not Facebook, I saw it on Twitter. Man, I can't remember exactly. Hey, Voracious One. Oh my gosh. Market based pay. Um, man, it was page 75. Um, but through this all, y'all, everything is affected from the education to our jobs, to our businesses, to our health care. Um, yeah, darn, I have to go through this. But yeah, it is 920 pages. And look at this is man, oh my gosh. I don't even know how to even explain this to y'all. Look at this. Department of Education. Deny loan access to those who are not U.S. citizens or lawful permit residences and deny loan access to students at schools that provide in state tuition to illegal aliens. Do y'all see this? What's another one? Department of Labor. Eliminate the 2 of 4 lowest wage levels for foreign workers. Department of Treasury, implement all necessary regulations both to equalize taxes between American citizens and working visa holders and to provide DHS with all tax information of illegal aliens and expeditiously as possible. What's some more stuff? Department of Justice, agree to move the executive officer for immigration review in office. So this is merely talking about immigration. Hey, Amazingly Meek. Hey, um, oh my gosh, yeah, I'm gonna have to. This is I don't know. I'm gonna have to sit down. This is 920 pages, and it's not bad because I done read medical records that's over 1,000 pages. So I want to give y'all one last thing. I'm going to show you guys, and I'm gonna give y'all a summary of what Project 2025 is. Project 2025. Where is that? Oh my gosh. Hold on, I'm gonna share my screen right quick. Y'all can look with me. Hex. Oh my gosh. Y'all, I looked at it, I looked at it, I looked at it. How did I do this? Project 2025 summary. And when I seen this, I said, "What?" I was like, "You gotta be lying to me." No, this ain't it. This ain't what I seen. This ain't what I seen. Oh my gosh, y'all. I wish darn, I wish I would have saved it. So pretty much, I don't know where it went to. All right. I'm just gonna go verbatim. Well, not verbatim. Um, the summary of it is that they are going to have a mass deportation. How they're going to implement that, I have no idea. Um, that means that you would possibly have to go to each door or whatever what you're going to ask for papers. I don't even see how they're going to do that. But that's what they're going to have. That's what they're going to do. It also talked about same-sex marriage. They are going to do away with that, meaning that I don't even know how they're going to do away with that. If y'all have a guess, y'all put that in the chat. But I honestly do not know how they're going to get rid of same-sex marriage. Also, there's not going to be anything such as non-binary, transgender, any of those things right there. They're going to do away with all of that. Man. look, look at this, look at this. Hold on, what website is this? We're gonna go through this, y'all. And this is, I like BBC. So I'm gonna blow this up. So this is a wish list for a Trump presidency explained. Now, Trump has done his best to say that he is not associated with Project 2025. He has made that clear. But we all know. We all know that once he gets into office, they are definitely going to try to implement this. Let's see, but this is led by former Trump administrative officials. It calls for a sacking of thousands of civil servants, expanding the power of the president, dismantling the Department of Education, sweeping tax cuts, a ban on pornography, halting sales of the abortion pill, and a whole lot more. Yeah, that I'm trying to figure out. Yes, thanks, Curly. Thanks, Curly. Yes, girl, I don't know how they gonna do this. There is a substantial agreement between many parts of the official Republican Party platform and Project 25, although think tank document is much more detailed in some policy areas. And like I said, I'm going to do a whole show to break that down. Now, I do and I'm also going to have a lesson on the Party, because a lot of people are thinking that this Republican Party is the same as the Republican Party back in the slavery days, the one that freed us, and it's not. I did a whole history lesson, and once I find that, I'm going to present that to you guys so you'll know. Okay? So just don't be out here thinking that or saying that you're a Republican because they freed the slaves. It ain't the same Republican Party. I just want to throw that out there. All right, so what links Project 2025 and the Trump campaign? Let's see. So the Heritage Foundation, they are a whole bunch of former Trump administrators who produced all this document or this proposal. They're trying to implement this within 6 months. And I just don't see how they're going to do that. Doodle doodle doo. All right. So Project 2025 proposes that the entire federal bureaucracy, including independent agencies such as the Department of Justice, be placed under direct presidential control, which is a controversial idea known as unitary executive theory. Okay, as of right now, the president appoints people over like the Department of Justice, Department of Housing, Department of Education, so on and so forth. So what they're trying to say is that the president is going to oversee all of these departments. It's not going to be a person over them. Y'all, I can't make this crap up, y'all. Oh my gosh. In practice, that would streamline decision making, allowing the president to directly implement policies in a number of areas. Hey, MEP, just like back in the Stone Age. Yep. MEP said vote, 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 vote. It's not going to happen. It's propaganda that they use as a scare tactic. MEP, and I forgot you work in the federal government. I can see that, but honestly, based off of what Trump has shown me in the past, I don't put, and the Republican, like, you have the Republican Party and then you got the MAGA. The MAGA is crazy. The things that you don't think that they are going to do, look at what they stormed the Capitol on January 6th. They stormed, you never thought in a million years that this will happen. What? I don't put nothing past these people. A scare tactic. They gonna put this scare tactic in action. Voracious One says that's because they were getting on his nerves, shutting his stuff. Yeah, and that's what it is. That's what it is. Well, and so once Trump becomes elected, they putting this stuff. They trying to implement this. This is not something that is gonna start when he's in office, baby. They're gonna try to put stuff in action as soon as he get elected in November. But mm-hmm, exactly. He does everything that he said he gonna do. Yeah, Social Security and Medicare has been on the chopping block for years. Yeah. Oh, what? She raised 27.5 million in 5 hours. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, that's awesome. That's really awesome. Whew. But I'm about to show y'all the scare tactic. Cause I was like, I don't care. I don't care. These people, these people is crazy. So pretty much he's trying to be over and implement policies in these different departments. The proposal also calls for eliminating job protections for thousands of government employees who could be replaced by political appointees. Do y'all hear this? So if you have a federal job, I don't look, and I know it might be. I understand what you're saying, MEP. I understand what you're saying, but at the end of the day, that shouldn't be. If this is a scare tactic, that means people need to get out there and vote. If you are scared by this, that means you need to take your butt to the polls and vote for the person other than Donald Trump, or a person that if they fall out the race, don't get enough votes and the votes go to Trump. No. That's why I say we got to be strategic about this. But this proposal called for eliminating job protections for thousands of government employees. I got family who works in the government, bruh. That's crazy. So they can be replaced by political appointees. The document labels the FBI a bloated, arrogant, increasingly lawless organization. It calls for a drastic overhauls of this and several of other federal agencies, as well as complete elimination of the Department of Education, y'all. Y'all see this? How you gonna get rid of the Department of Education? What? What? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. MP said, "A white heterosexual man told me we need Michelle Obama to run as president, and we still need Kamala." Hey, if Michelle does, I hope she does. But at the end of the day, people think being a president is easy, and it's not. Man, y'all see when Barack went in that office, he had black hair. That man came out with he was just gray headed. He didn't have not a lick of black hair on his freaking head. Oh my gosh, the Tennessee school, man. I'm looking at all these school boards, especially in these red states, man. Especially in these red states. But then if we got the blue states, I don't see a lot of funding. Man, it's oh my god, this is bad. FBI has basically been duplicated by Homeland Security. I agree with that. Yeah, I agree with that as well. But still, that's crazy. The Republican Party platform includes a proposal to declassify government records, root out wrongdoers, and fire corrupt employees, pledging to slash regulation and government spending, and also suggesting eliminating Department of Education. It stopped short of proposing a sweeping overhaul of federal agencies as outlined in Project 2025. So, immigration increase funding for a wall on the U.S. Mexico border. One of Trump's signature proposals is proposed in there. He wants to dismantle the Department of Homeland Security and combining it with other immigration enforcement units and other agencies, creating a much larger and more powerful border policing operations. Other proposed eliminating visa categories for crime and human trafficking victims, increasing fees on immigrants, and allowing fast track applications for migrants who pay a premium. Now, I can understand if they have crimes, and not serious crimes, human trafficking crimes. No, y'all can stay. Y'all can't come over here. No, increase fees on immigrants and allowing fast track applications who pay a premium. I can understand that. I mean, just like me getting the passport and not pay for rush services. Um, Not all of those details are repeated in the Republican platform document, but the overall headlines are similar. The party is promising to implement the largest deportation program in American history. She's, he, he was a matured. Believe it or not, the plans are the same. Never get rid of Homeland Security. ICE is under that. Man, these people is crazy. Oh Lord, let's see what they say. What a second term climate and economy. The document proposes slashing federal money for research and investment in renewable energy and calls for the next president to stop the war on oil and natural gas. Carbon reduction goals would be replaced by efforts to increase energy production and energy security. The paper sets out two competing visions on tariffs and is divided on whether the next president should try to boost free trade or raise barriers to import. Hey, Tita. Let's see. But the economic advisors suggest that a second Trump administration should slash corporate and income taxes, abolish the Federal Reserve, and even consider to return to gold backed currency. Oh my gosh. On this many other topics, Project 2025 is more detailed. It goes further than the official Republican platform, which talks of bringing down inflation and drilling oil for oil to reduce energy costs, but is then on specific policies and proposals. Yeah. So the Republican, oh my gosh. Oh man, abortion and family. So it does not call outright for a nationwide ban. However, it proposes withdrawing their abortion pill. What is that? Mifepristone from the market and using existing but little enforced laws to stop the drug being sent through the post. The document suggests that the Department of Health and Human Services should maintain a biblically based social science reinforced definition of marriage and family. On this issue, at least the document differs fairly substantial from the Republican platform, which only mentions the word abortion once. The platform says abortion laws should be left to the individual states, and late term abortions, which it does not define, should be banned. It adds that the access to prenatal care, birth control, and in vitro fertilization should be protected. The party platform makes no mention of cracking down on the distribution of that particular drug. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. Fabulous says Michelle has already done 8 years and has publicly stated that she would not be running for office again. Okay. Michelle said, "Oh no, y'all can have that." All right, tech and education. Under the proposals, pornography would be banned, and tech and telecom companies would allow access would be shut down. The document calls for school choice and parental control over schools. It takes aims at what is called woke propaganda. It proposes to eliminate a long list of terms from all law and federal regulations, including sexual orientation, gender equality, abortion, and reproductive rights. Project 2025 aims to end diversity, equity, and inclusion programs, so the DEI programs in schools and government departments as part of what is described as a wider crackdown on woke ideology. You know, it's crazy because so if y'all don't know, my son is going to college next month, and we were talking, we went up there for like not like an orientation, but kind of review the college or whatever. And we visited the Black Student Association, and we got a lot of golden nuggets in there. But one thing that I did find funny was that he said, instead of them, because they already knew that the DEI programs were going to be eliminated. So what they did is they just renamed the department. He said, we just renamed the department, but nothing's different, in which I like. But oh man, I just don't know what to say. This is really crazy, man. It what it proposals its proposals are broadly reflected in the Republican platform, which is in addition to calling for the abolishing of the Department of Education, aims to boost schools' choice and parental control over education, and criticizing what the party calls as inappropriate political indoctrination of our children. This is boo boo. Plans future. So it is backed by a $22 million budget and includes strategies for implementing these effectively or immediately after the presidential inauguration in January 2025. So that means once he is inaugurated, if he's inaugurated, I ain't gonna say once, if that means they're going to implement everything that I have said within 6 months of his presidency. If that, I promise on my life, y'all, I'm moving to Canada if this happens. I am not playing. Heritage is also creating a database of conservative loyalists to fill government positions and a program to train those new workers. So if you are in the government, y'all better be careful. Y'all better have a backup plan. Democrats have launched a Project 2025 task force, in which I believe, I know, MVP, that you said this might be a scare tactic, but in the event that it's not, I am happy that people are on board to actually put a stop to this, because this is madness. This is madness. So, yeah, this is crazy. This is crazy. Uh-oh. And I did this just in time, y'all. So I am about to go on a Zoom call with Miss Jasmine Crockett and some other ladies, and we're going to talk about all of this. But I just wanted to come on here, guys, and just talk to you guys about, what happened today. Like I said, I can't tell anybody who to vote for, but I can say you need to exercise your right to vote. It's not just about the presidential election, it is also about your local offices. It starts there. It starts there. We can't sit there and hold the president and the vice president accountable for things that are happening in our community if we're not presenting these issues to our local representatives. It does no justice, because that is the whole purpose of having these representatives, so that they can take these things to Washington. But take some time out. Make sure that you are doing your due diligence and you're finding out, one, who you're going to vote for, but two, what offices are open in your state that are up for reelection or election, and you need to make sure that you're voting for the right person in that office, because it makes a hell of a difference. It makes a hell of a difference. But hey, it's been nice. We've been on here for about an hour and 30 minutes. Thank you guys. And I'll read these comments. Like I said, let me see. MVP said, Michelle's children are grown. Her mother is resting in peace, and she was called to service. Yeah, life is different for her. I do agree. Trump and his cronies been trying to rescind Obamacare, and they can't. I'm about to say cronies. They always threaten this. They do. You're welcome, MEP. You're welcome. She said we need to do a swift grassroots effort to choose the best candidate. That is correct. We do. You're welcome. Varisha says, thank you. I will be looking for updates. You are so welcome. You're so welcome. But hey, y'all, I'm about to hop on this Zoom call with Miss Jasmine Crockett and some other congressional women. But you guys have an awesome night. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Also, don't forget to leave a comment if you can. Until then, I hope you guys have a blessed night, and hopefully I can give y'all some good news during the week. But until then, be blessed. Have a good night, and I'm out. Don't forget to vote, y'all. Don't forget